Alright, this is a quick video on the Dan Gilbert situation on the See Detroit Like We Do ad that was placed in downtown Detroit, city that is being gentrified as we speak. It's similar to Cleveland. I guess they're saying it's a tale of two different cities. One part of the city is collapsing, while the other is being gentrified and grown. So we see this ad, and yes, Dan Gilbert has apologized. He said, it's a stupid mistake or whatever, but Detroit is still a predominantly black city. It's soul, it's R&B, has a rich black history. There's a movie coming out in less than 2 weeks about the Detroit riots in 1960s and different things like that. So why is this happening? Why show this picture of nothing but white people in Detroit? Because as I've been saying, and we've been putting the videos out in Melanated Media News, the gentrification, the creative class, if you look at the type of people on this ad, you'll see it's not the everyday working person, as, let's say, blue-collar worker, as Detroit is known for. It's not the carpenter, it's not the plumber, it's not the you know what I mean, the getting your fingernails dirty, car auto mechanic kind of person. These are the creative class. These are the people who are going to be able to afford, the only people really who are going to be able to afford to live in this type of environment downtown. The people that they're trying to attract for a creative city, for the creative class. So they didn't decide, well, we'll have a hard-working person, a blue-collar person, a white-collar person, a person from the arts industry, a person from the entertainment industry, black people, Puerto Rican people, Asian people. No, they decided all white people, creative class. This was not a mistake. This was a revelation to some, but for us, if you've been watching the videos on gentrification, you already should have seen this coming. That's why the videos I do on gentrification are so in-depth. They're so, takes a lot of research, and this is why news is important, because we have to get this out, because it's not going to be, it's like, to some people this would be news, but if you're watching channels such as this one, this would be a confirmation as to what material we've been producing. So just a short video discussing again the ad, the symbology of this ad. You see that the person that sticks out is playing the music. He's playing the trumpet. He's sounding the trumpet, not to get biblical or spooky or anything, but we see that there is a method to the madness. There's a method to displacement. There's a method to gentrifying neighborhoods. It's a business decision. This is a good story for those of us who are focused and zeroed in on gentrification. And it's getting a lot of publicity. People like us are just saying, well, we already knew this. We told you that there's a creative class. We told you they are marketing gentrification basically to a certain group of people, a certain class of people, and a certain race. So this picture, you can't say it's not a race issue, because there's no black people, there's no Hispanic, there's no Asian people. You can't say it's not a class issue, because the everyday working person is not in this picture. They're not in the picture. So that is how they see it. They don't see the rich history. They don't care. That's why they gentrify. They don't see that neighborhoods and the areas that they gentrify, whether it's not just Detroit, but they don't see it anywhere. That's why the gentrification takes place in the first place, because they don't see and recognize our own culture, our own heritage, our own culture, contributions to the community, to this country. They see it the way they see it. And that's why it's up to us to see, how do we see our communities? Do we see our communities as just dilapidated buildings and abandoned houses, or do we see our communities as potential potential sites for land investment to, create industries, or, to express our talents, creativity, different things like that? How do we see our communities? How can we better see our communities? So in conclusion, if you're not in the picture, you don't exist. If you're cropped out of the picture, you don't exist. It's kind of like when they talk about the old sci-fi movies, or even the current, modern to current ones, and how they will have no black people in them. If you're not in the picture, if you're not in the plan, if you're not in the agenda, you don't exist. If you're cropped out of the picture, you don't exist. If they turn a blind eye, doesn't mean that they're not looking. It just means you can have a blind eye to something with your eyes open. So you can have it just like they've seen everything that they've been doing for the last 400 years. They didn't turn a blind eye to it. They were just looking, and that is not how they've seen the world. That is not how they saw Ferguson. That is not how they saw Cleveland with Tamir Rice. It's not how they see anything that has to do with the black community.